Husband's affair with neighbor turns hostile. Venting. Right now. I'm unsure of my next step. My husband is a serial cheater. First one up was a 17-year-old girl with a kid. Next was my own niece, she was 27, then my best friend, and now our next-door neighbor. I know you're asking why am I still in this relationship. I don't want to be. Especially now that I've put everything together. I've been gaslight like a motherfucker. He's a covert narcissist. I've been with him for 20 years. It took me 15 years to figure out how he really was. He hid it so well. I've wondered if I'm crazy, when I'm perfectly sane. I've thought I must have gained too much weight. Or I cut my hair too short. Why wasn't I good enough? Finally, just recently, I realized the problem wasn't with me, but with him. However, the last 4 years I've been really sick, and quit my job. He's been taking care of me financially. I'm slowly getting better, and have begun looking for a job. As soon as I'm working, I plan to file the paperwork where he can't come home except with police escort to get his things. There's no point in confronting him, he will just lie. I don't care anymore, and am ready to be alone. The neighbor. Back in January, I noticed a few things had changed. He was no longer outside all the time. He was nicer, etc. I felt whoever the latest was, it was now over. Cops started coming to our home in the middle of the night. They'd come 7 cars deep and surround my house. The first time, they came onto my property and pulled their guns in both my husband and I when we walked out onto our porch to see what they needed. We were detained for roughly 45 minutes in 30-degree weather. For the next 2 weeks it was a nightly occurrence, sometimes 3 times a night. They did not come onto our property again but would embarrassingly stay at the road. I thought it was a domestic dispute going on next door until another neighbor came to me and told me they were calling on us saying I was lurking around her property. I have never even seen this person, she stays holed up in her house, unless she was fucking my husband in our shed. I thought this whole thing was just odd. I still didn't think he was sleeping with her. A few things I just found out today that put it all together for me. She's super tiny. Like 80 pounds. I felt as if someone was hiding in my closet, under my bed, and actually behind the pillows. I thought I was crazy. Even though I had video of someone pushing me in my bed, and another of something pushed out from under the bed. The cops coincided with when I thought it had ended. I always felt that whomever he was fucking was sneaking through the woods to avoid my security cameras. I had seen him talking to someone hidden in the trees. She lives on the other side of the woods. I took a picture of his dialed calls. Out of the 15 calls, 3 of them, all different numbers, traced back to the neighbor. Another one to where she works. Plus some other random things. The other day I was getting the mail and bringing the garbage cans down from the road. She was pulling out of her driveway and gunned her car and swerved like she was going to hit me. She also has told the other neighbor that she shot at one of the guys at my house. The guys would be my grown son and his friends. I also have guns, but I'm trained, and I know you must respect the gun. She is becoming increasingly hostile. Told the cops I was the ringleader of whatever it is we are doing. At first, I thought she was crazy or on drugs. Now I think she is a scorned woman. Oh, fuck her. Anyway, my question is, should I get the cops even more involved by going and filing a report on her? Even though she said she shot, she did not. My son would have said something and she would probably be unalived right now. And how do I deal with her after my husband is out the door? So WW, after a 6-month full-blown affair, tried to rug sweep hard. Won't accept a simple divorce, guilting me into staying, is trying to basically pretend it didn't happen. I am about to make the payment to my attorney to start a contested divorce, which is insane as we have no kids, own no house, and have only 1 car payment and not a ton of cash but a decent amount. I offered her all of our savings and I would take all of the debt from the car and the little we have on a credit card, but still a no. I make quite a bit more than her, but she has a decent job. I am apprehensive of the cost, and the absolute mess that she is going to probably make this once she realizes that she has lost control of me and the narrative. I have video proof of her in a hotel with the guy, but legal fees, not super worried about, or her manufacturing something fake to save her image, or God knows what else is terrifying. I've been reading on the process and all I see is horror stories. What do you guys do to 1, get resolve, but 2, to protect yourself from the potential chaos of a divorce? There should be an I'm done button that is federally recognized. The next year is going to be hell.